Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We got some 1961 Milwaukee Braves baseball, and we got the Braves traveling out to San Francisco to take on the Giants. And if the Braves win this game, they'll clinch the National League pennant. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Milwaukee Braves. Leading off, playing center field, is Al Spangler. Batting second, playing second, is Frank Boland. Batting third, playing third, is Eddie Matthews. Batting fourth, playing right field, Tank Aaron. Batting fifth, playing left field, is Lee May. Batting sixth, playing first base, is Joe Adcock. Batting seventh and doing the catching, Sammy White. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, Roy McMillan. Batting ninth on the mound for the Milwaukee Braves is Warren Spahn. Let's take a look at the hometown San Francisco Giants lineup. You got leading off, playing left field, Harvey Kuhn. Batting second and playing second, Joe Malfitano. Batting third, playing center field, Willie Mays. Batting fourth, playing right field, Felipe Alou. Batting fifth, playing first base, Orlando Cepeda. Batting sixth, playing third base, is Jim Davenport. Batting eighth, doing the catching, is Ed Bailey. Batting ninth, playing shortstop, is Jose Pagan. And on the mound, trying to keep the Giants' playoff World Series hopes alive, is Jack Sanford. Get down here to Candlestick Park and get this game started, folks. This is Jack's 31st start of the year. He's got a 4.04 ERA. He's 12-12, 6 complete games. First batter he'll be facing is Al Spangler, batting .325 on the year. Here's the pitch to Al with no home runs and 11 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. And that ball is hit into center field. Willie Mays can't get it, and that's going to be a leadoff single for Al Spangler. Nice way to start for the Braves here. And that'll bring up Frank Boland now. And the Braves are going to try a little hit and run with Spangler down there at first. Try to stay out of the double play, get him in scoring position. Heck, maybe even get him over to third. And that's going to be a strike called on Frank Boland. And Spangler's headed down to second. Here's the throw from Bailey. He's going to be in there safely with a stolen base. So Frank misses the pitch. So 0-1 count, but Spangler's now in scoring position. Here's the second pitch to Frank, and that's going to be a ground ball down the pop up down the short. Pagan makes the catch for out number 1. And that brings up the big boys with a runner in scoring position, and Eddie Matthews batting .305 on the year, 34 home runs, 115 RBIs. And that ball is high, that ball is far, that ball is gone, folks. Home run. Matthews, his 35th home run of the season. RBIs number 116 and 117, and the Braves take a 2-0 lead. Wrap up this National League pennant. Nobody on and 1 out for Hammer and Hank. Batting .302 on the year, 31 home runs, 111 RBIs. And that's going to be well hit. And that ball is hit into left center. Mays can't get to it. It's rolling around out there. Aaron puts on the Jets. He's headed for third. And he's in there with a triple, folks. The Braves now with a runner on third and only 1 out with a 2-0 lead. That brings up Lee May. Giants have got to play the infield in. This is a must-win game for him. May's batting .236, 15 home runs, 38 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout for Jack. 2 outs now. And Joe Adcock up. Can he make this a 3-0 ball game. Adcock's batting .277 on the year, 35 home runs, 111 RBIs. And that's a back-to-back strikeouts. So Jack settles down after the home run and the triple. But the Braves scored 2. We go to the bottom of the first. Kuhn, Amalfitano, and Mays due up here against Warren Spahn, already spotted to a 2-run lead. This is Warren's 32nd start of the year. He's got a 2.3 ERA. He's 18-6 for 14 complete games. Harvey will be the first batter he faces, batting .288, 7 home runs, 39 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Joe Adcock. He'll take it himself for out number 1. And it brings up Joe Amalfitano. Joe is batting .303, 2 home runs, 41 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Al Spangler, nice catch out there, robs Joey of a base hit. So that's 2 up and 2 down. Here comes Willie Mays, batting .302, 36 home runs, 101 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. You don't want to do that. Walking people with a 2-run lead. Brings up Felipe Alou now. Alou's batting .279, 26 home runs, 61 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. He'll go the easy way to second. That'll end the inning. And the Giants leave 1 on. We go to the top of the second. It's Braves 2, Giants nothing. You got the bottom part of the order due up. White, McMillan, and Spahn. Sam's batting .217 on the year. He's got 1 home run and 5 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Sammy. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 3 for Jack. And up comes Mac. That's 3 strikes out in a row for Jack. That brings up Roy McMillan batting .208, 9 home runs, 54 RBIs. And that's going to be another strikeout. 4 strikeouts in a row here. After giving up a home run and a triple, Jack has settled down. Can he strike out the side and get strikeout number 5? Here's the pitch to Spahn. Batting .220, 3 home runs and 10 RBIs. He's no slouch. That's going to be ball 1 to him. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. Warren Spahn gets aboard here, folks, with 2 outs. So we don't need no stinking DH. We're back to the top of the order. Spangler started this game off with a single, stole second, and came around the score. Here's the pitch to Al. And that's going to be a base on balls. All of a sudden, with 2 outs, Braves are making some noise. They go out and talk to Jack. They got to get the bullpen up. They can't mess around. This is a must-win game. Brings up Frank Bolin now. And if Jack can't get him out, I think that'll be it. They're not going to let him pitch to Matthews. Here's the pitch to Frank. He popped up the short his first time up. And that's going to be a pop-up in the infield. Davenport takes charge, makes the catch. The Braves strand 2. And it's still 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. You got Cepeda, Davenport, and Bailey due up here. And Cepeda's batting .305, 37 home runs, 123 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a base hit. He goes the other way, drives that ball in the right field. Aaron's out there today, cuts it off, holds Cepeda to a single. Brings up Jim Davenport now with nobody out and runner on at first. Davenport's batting .292, 15 home runs, 67 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. And we drop the dice, make an official game. And that ball is driven in the deep right field along the line down there. Aaron gets over. It's rolling around in the corner. Davenport's around in second, and he's in there with a triple, as Beatles would like to say. And all of a sudden, it is a 2-1 ball game, and nobody out here in the second. And the Braves are going to play the infield in. They're trying to cut off that run, folks. They don't want that tying run scoring. They're trying to wrap this National League pennant up. Here's Ed Bailey now, batting .263, 8 home runs, 42 RBIs. And that is going to be a fly ball in the right field, and that's going to be deep enough to tie this ball game up, folks. So it is now 2-2. Nobody on now with 1 out for Pagan up here. So SPAHN couldn't hold the lead here. Giants tied up. Jose's batting .288. He's got 5 home runs, 45 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. Spangler can't get to that. And all of a sudden, SPAHN is struggling here in the second inning. So you got a runner down at first and nobody out for Jack Sanford. He's batting a .149. He does have 2 home runs and 9 RBIs. They're going to let him swing away here, folks, with the game tied and 1 out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Can the Braves get a double play out of this? Mack comes charging. His only play is going to be over to first. And that'll get Pagan down to second now with 2 outs and back to the top of the order. So the go-ahead runs in scoring position for Harvey. He grounded out to first his first time up. Hey, Big Clue. Oh, I know. Like I say, I was surprised when I did the math that the Giants are down to the must-win games against the Braves here. The magic numbers, too. I kept saying all year I figured the Giants is going to win this National League pennant. Got a hell of a lineup. And they don't even have McCovey in the lineup today because of the lefty playing, starting. So that lineup is something. Here's Harvey now with a chance to give the Giants the lead. He grounded out the first his first time up. And that is going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Spawns up with it. He fires over the first. And that'll end the inning. But the Giants scored 2 and tie this game up. We go to the top of the third. You got Matthews, Aaron, and May due up. Eddie homered and drove in the 2 runs for the Braves his first time up. Here's the pitch to Matthews. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. And Stafford, after giving up that home run and triple, has settled down. That's his 5th strikeout of the game, folks. That brings up Henry Hank Aaron, who tripled his last time up. Got stranded down to third. Here's the pitch to Aaron. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. Willie couldn't get to that one. So Aaron, he stops at first with a 1-out base hit. That'll bring up Lee May now. Lee struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch to May. And that's going to be another swing and a miss, strike 3. So now there's 2 down and a runner down at first for Mr. Joe Adcock. And Joe struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch to Joe. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. He'll fire over to the second to end the inning. Braves strand 1. It's still tied up as we go to the bottom of the third. You got a Maffatano. Mays and a Lou due up. Maffatano flew out to center field his first time up. Here's the pitch to Joe. I know, MV. We got to do a cricket game today. I was just talking about you, man. It's Boxing Day. What's going on? Here's the pitch to Joey. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And Matthews is up with it. He fires over to first for out number 1. That'll bring up Willie Mays. He walked his first time up. Here's the pitch to Mays. And that's going to be a fly ball out in the center field. Spangler on his horse chases it down and robs Willie of a base hit. Watching some soccer, was you? Yeah, like I say, if you're up to it, MV, we can do a cricket game on your channel. Like I say, it's up to you, bud. Here's Philippe up now. He's 0 for 1, reached on the fielder's choice. And that's going to be a base on balls. Walk and the go-ahead run. Here comes Cepeda, not who you want to see up here if you're a Braves fan. He singled and came around to score his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And that'll end the inning as Matthews fires down the second. So the Giants strand a runner. We go to the top of the fourth, the bottom part of the order due up here for the Braves. White, McMillan, and Spahn. Oh, that's cool. Congratulations. Rud Bolt Nation wins again, huh, MB? Nation of one. And Sammy, he struck out his first time up, one of the 6 strikeouts by Jack today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Davenport. That'll be out number 1 here in the fourth. And that brings up Roy McMillan. Mac, he struck out his first time up. There's a big pattern going on here. A lot of strikeouts. Not this time. Mac squares this one up, folks. And he drives that ball into the gap in right field. It bounces off the wall. And he's standing down at second with a 1-out double. And that brings up Warren Spahn, who is no slouch at hitting. Spahn, like I say, batting .228 on the year with his 3 home runs and 10 RBIs. And MV will tell you, you don't need no stinking DH. He singled his last time up. Can Spahn do it again? And that's going to be a ball down. And Max taking off for third. What the hell does he think he's doing? And he's going to be thrown out down at third. This poor base running by the Braves there. Sure. Now you got Spahn up. Nobody on and 2 outs. And of course he walks. Trots on down to first. And it should be first and second and 1 out. Still he's selling the team, Big Glue says. So now you got Spahn down at first with 2 outs. Al Spangler's 1 for 1. He singled, stole a base, and came around to score. And he drives this ball into right field. And how big was that caught stealing now, folks? Spahn's going to truck on down the third. We got first and third and 2 outs, and that should have been the go-ahead run scoring there. So it's going to be up to Frank Bolin to get another 2-out base hit here. Frank's popped up the short and the third. Hey, Philip. So can Frank come through here and get the Braves a run and get the lead back? And that's going to be that's going to be an easy fly ball out the right field. Felipe Alou makes the catch, and the Braves strand 2. And the call caught stealing by Mac comes back to bite him in the butt. Get to the bottom of the fourth, still tied up at 2 apiece. You got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Giants. Davenport, Bailey, and Pagan. And Jim tripled and came around to score his first time up and drove in a run. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Mac couldn't catch that one and went over his head. Runner on at first and nobody out. Here's Ed Bailey. Catcher's speed here, hoping to get a ground ball. He had a sacrifice fly his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Aaron in right field, 1 down. That brings up Jose Pagan. And Pagan is 1 for 1 today with a single. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered there, folks. That's a ground ball down to Frank Bolin. Over to short, over to Adcock. 4-6-3 double play gets rid of the runner. We go to the top of the 5th with the big boys due up. Matthews, Aaron, and then May. And Eddie's 1 for 2 with that 2-run homer. Can he get on base for the hammer? And he trots on down the first. And that's the third walk given up by Jack again. The lead off batter aboard and the lead run down at first. And we got Hammer and Hank. He has singled in, tripled here today. Can he drive in Matthews from first? And that's going to be a ground ball down the second base. Amalfitano's up with it. Tosses it over to Pagan, fires it over to first, but Aaron beats the throw. So they stay out of the double play, but now there's one out with Hank down at first. Lee May struck out both times he's been up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. He's going to fire down the second and get Aaron unable to turn two with May's speed. They don't even make the throw. So now there's two down, Lee May down at first for Joe Adcock, who struck out and grounded out the third. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Joe Adcock trots on down the first, passes the baton to Sammy White. Can Sammy deliver here with a 2-out base hit? It'll definitely score Lee May with his speed out there at second. Sammy's 0 for 2, struck out and grounded out the third. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And that will score May. Joe Adcock will stop at second. And we got first and second, and the Braves got a 3-2 lead, folks. Stanford's due to lead off the bottom of the fifth. They're going to let him pitch to Mack here. Mack doubled and got caught stealing third his last time up. And that's going to be popped up in the foul territory. Bailey near the dugout makes the catch, but the Braves score one and lead 3-2. We go to the bottom of the fifth. And with Jack, I think they're going to let Jack bat. Like I say, he's not a bad hitting pitcher here. So they're going to let him swing away. Try to save that bullpen. They don't want to burn it out here. Here's the pitch to Jack. And that's going to be popped up. Sammy White throws the mask off, makes the catch for out number one. Back to the top of the order and Harvey. Harvey is 0 for 2, grounded out twice, once to the pitcher and once to the first base. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Al Spangler makes a nice diving catch. Harvey kicks the dirt as he's walking back. That was a nice robbery out there. Joey Amalfitano got robbed the last time up by Eddie Matthews. He's 0 for 2. And he's going to be 0 for 3 because that's a lazy fly ball out to Hank. And the Giants go 1, 2, 3. We go to the top of the sixth. Braves hanging on to a 1-run lead. Spahn, Spangler, and Bolin do up. Warren's 1 for 1. He singled and walked. And that's going to be a fly ball down the left field line. Davenport, nice run and catch. And Spahn just got robbed of a base hit, folks. We're back to the top of the order, and Al Spangler, he's got a perfect game going. 2 for 2. He's walked, came around to score, and stole a base. And this will be the first time they get him out. That's hit down to Davenport at third. Fires over the first for 2 outs. It's up to Frank Bolin to keep the sixth inning alive. Frank's 0 for 3. He's popped up twice and flown out the right. And he gets a hold of this one now. And that ball is hit into the right field, and it's going back. That ball just keeps carrying and carrying and carrying, and it's a home run, folks. Felipe Alou looks up and watches that one leave the ballpark. Frank Bolin's 17th home run of the year gives the Braves an insurance run. It's 4-2. And that brings up Eddie Matthews. He's got a homer in this game, folks. And that's going to be a base on balls. And that's going to be it for Jack. They can't take no more. They're down by 2. So Jack's coming out of the game. Now you got a righty, a lefty, and a righty. See who the Giants are going to go with here. They got to keep this a 2-run game. When's that? That's they're going to bring out Juan Marichal. That's who's going to come out here and pitch out of the bullpen. Trying to keep this game 4-2. Juan Marichal comes out of the bullpen. This is Marichal's 29th appearance. He's got a 3.58 ERA. He's got no saves on the year. His record's 15-6. He'll be facing Hank Aaron, who's 2 for 3 with a single and a triple. We got 2 outs. Matthews down at first. Braves up 4-2. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Marichal does his job. And that ends the inning. But the Braves score another run and are up 4-2. We got the heart of the lineup due up here for the Giants. Mays, Alou, and Cepeda. Willie is 0 for 1 with a walk. Flew out to center his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And Al Spangler does his best Willie Mays and robs him of a base hit. Ball hit over his head. He chased her down. That brings up Felipe Alou. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. 1 out base hit. And that'll bring up Cepeda. And the Braves don't want to see him up with runners on. With his 37 home runs, 123 RBIs. He's 1 for 2 today. Came around the score. Reached on the fielder's choice his other time up. And that's going to be a deep fly ball out the right field. But Aaron's got room out there. Makes the catch for out number 2. So it's up to Jim Davenport to do something with Felipe down at first. He's 2 for 2 today with a triple and an RBI. Singled his other time up. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on him. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Lee May. He's roaming out in left field today. Makes the catch. And the Giants strand 1. We go to the top of the 7th. Braves hanging on to a 2-run lead. It's 4-2. You got May, Adcock, and White due up here. Lee is 0 for 3. He did reach on the fielder's choice and come around the score, and he struck out his other 2 times. And that's going to be a base on balls. May will take it. Lead off runner down at first. Can Joe Adcock do something about this? Give the Braves some more wiggle room. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, strikeout, and a ground out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Amalfitana's up with it, fires it over the Pagan, over to first. And that was just too slow of a roller. Adcock beats it out. Brings up Sammy White now with 1 out. Adcock down at first. And he's 1 for 3. Struck out, grounded out, and had an RBI single his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Felipe Alou. And that's 2 outs. So it's going to be up to Roy McMillan to add another run here in the 7th. He's 1 for 3 with a double. And that is going to be a base hit in the center field. Joe Adcock will stop at second, though. So now we got first and second. Here comes SPAHN. Can SPAHN help his own calls out here against Marichal? He's 1 for 2 with a walk. Here's the pitch to Warren. And that's going to be a infield fly. Davenport's calling for it. Makes the catch. And that'll end the inning, and the Braves strand 2. We go to the 7th inning stretch, 4-2. Got Bailey, Pagan, and then a pitch hitter for Marischal due up here in the 7th. Ed's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly and flew out to right. And that's going to be a pop up on the infield. Mac's going to take charge near the mound for out number 1. Here comes Jose Pagan up now. He's 1 for 2, a single and grounded into a double play. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be popped up to shoot. Sammy White throws the mask off. 2 quick outs here. And that'll be it for Marischal. See who's going to come out here and pitch hit. Most of the righties are already in the game here. Mostly lefties on the bench. They got what? They got like 2 righties on the bench. John the Horse is going to come out here. They got plenty of catchers on the bench. There's John. Orsino is batting .333 on the year. He's got 4 home runs, 15 RBIs. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Hank Aaron. And the Giants go down in order. We go to the top of the 8th, 4-2 Milwaukee. He's going to come out here and pitch. You got the lefty, the righty, and a lefty due up. And I think Lee May is going to come out of the bullpen here for the Giants. So May's coming out here to face Spangler, Bolin, and Matthews here in the top of the 8th. This is May's 23rd game of the year. He's got a 2.28 ERA. He's 5-2 with 3 saves on the year. Here's the pitch to Al Spangler, who's having a fine game, 2 for 3 with a walk, a stolen base, and came around to score. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Davenport for out number 1. Brings up Frank Bolin now with nobody on and 1 out. Hey, Legends, see you're going to be doing a game at 9 o'clock. Check out Legend Sports Universe. Going to be doing some football tonight at 9. Here's Frank Bolin. He's 1 for 4 today with a homer. Gave the Braves that 3-2 lead. Here's the pitch to Frank. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Can of corn for Mays. 2 up and 2 down. Here comes Eddie Matthews. Eddie started the scoring out with that 2-run homer in the first. Here's the pitch to Matthews. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Lee May comes in and does his job. Holds it to a 4-2 lead. We got the top of the order due up here against Warren Spahn, Kuhn, Amalfitano, and Mays. Harvey's 0 for 3, grounded out the first pitcher and flew out to center. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Spangler. And he is this flash in the leather out there today. Preseason tournament Steelers against the Patriots. Sounds like a good one. So that brings up Joey Amalfitano. He's 0 for 3. He's flown out the center, flown out the right, and grounded out the third. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that, believe it or not, is Warren Spahn's first strikeout of the game, folks. That brings up Willie Mays, and that's how you want to see Willie up with nobody on. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. He's flown out the center twice. Spangler has robbed him of 2 base hits. He's not going to catch that one. That one's in the gap off the fence. And Mays has got himself a stand-up double with 2 outs here. So there's Lee. Now Felipe Alou's up with Mays down at second. Here's the pitch to Alou. He's 1 for 2 with a walk and reached on a fielder's choice his other time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Spangler. Easy play for him this time. Can of corn. And they leave May stranded down at second. We go to the top of the ninth. We got Aaron, May, and Adcock due up here. The Hammer's having a good game. He's 2 for 4 with a triple. Here's the pitch to Hank. And that's going to be a ground ball down on Malfitano. He fires over to first for out number 1. Brings up Lee May now. And do we pitch hit here for Lee? I think we're going to pitch hit for Lee. Frank Thomas is going to come off the bench with the lefty on the mound. And he'll stay in the game and play left field. There's Frank. So Frank Thomas is batting .264 on the year, 27 home runs, 80 RBIs, 1 out and nobody on. Here's the pitch to Frank. And he gets a hold of this, drives that ball down the right field line. That bounces off the fence. And Frank standing down at second with a 1-out double, folks. Braves would love to get him in here. That's going to get some noise for the Giants. Got a bunch of righties due up next. Let's see who they might go to. I'm going to bring Jones in. Jones on the jukebox. They might even bring Miller in. I think that's who they're going to bring in. They're bringing in Stu Miller here to face the righties. Do they want to do a double switch? Take Felipe Alou out of the game. I think they might do that. I think they're going to do that. They're going to put Miller in the 4 hole. Take Felipe out. And I think they're going to bring in McCovey. McCovey will come in the game to play first, and Cepeda will go out and play in the outfield. That's what they're going to do here. So let's make the changes here. So you're going to have, we'll cancel this. And redo this. Like I say, we'll have Miller come in and bat in the 4 hole for Alou. Then McCovey will come in the game. He'll bat in the 9th spot. There's Willie. He'll bat in the 9th spot. And Cepeda, he'll go out and play right field. All righty, so a lot of movement there for this. And that's what you got to love about not using those stinking DH. So now you got 1 out, Frank Thomas down at second. Joe Adcock up. Stu Miller, this is his 64th appearance. He's got a 1.79 ERA. He's 5-3 with 11 saves. His job's to keep this a 2-run game to give the Giants a chance in the bottom of the ninth. Here's the pitch to Joe Adcock. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. The runner will get down the third, though. So now there's 2 outs with a runner down at third. Can Sammy White drive him in and make this a 3-run ball game? He's 1 for 4 with an RBI. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be popped up in the foul territory down the left field line. Joe Pagan out there near the bullpen makes the catch. And the Braves strand 1. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It's Milwaukee 4, San Francisco 2. And we got Cepeda, Davenport, and Bailey due up here. Orlando is 1 for 3. Can Warren Spahn go to distance and clinch the National League pennant for the Braves? Here's the pitch to Cepeda. He singled, came around the score. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Frank Bolton. Oh, we got to make all those defensive changes. I did. Yeah, we do. Forgot about that. Got to bring Frank Thomas in. So Frank's going to come in and play left field. Forgot about that. There we go. And now Cepeda can ground out the second. So 1 down here in the bottom of the ninth. Jim Davenport's up. He's 2 for 3 with a triple and an RBI. Can he get aboard and bring the tying run to the plate? And that's a lazy fly ball. And of course, it finds the guy that just came in the game, Frank Thomas, out in left field, makes the catch. The Giants are down to their last batter to try to stay alive in this pennant race. Ed Billy is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. Can he get on board here, or will the Braves clinch the pennant? And that's going to be a ground ball. Frank Bolton takes his time, throws it over to Joe Adcock, and the Braves are the National League pennant winners. We're going to have a Yankee Braves World Series, folks. Let's take a look at the box score here. And I'll make sure after the box score, we'll check the standings and make sure I did the math right. See if the Giants was eliminated. So here we go. The Braves 4 runs on 11 hits and no errors. The Giants 2 runs on 6 hits and no errors. You had Hank Aaron going 2 for 5. Mack, he went 2 for 4. You had Frank Bolton and Eddie Matthews with home runs. No, that's cool. I remember What's My Line. That was a decent show. The Braves were 2 for 6. They left 12 men on base, but they come away with the win. You had Davenport was 2 for 4. And Giants were 0 for 2. Spahn just didn't give them any opportunities. They only left 5 men on base. Warren goes the distance, picks up his 19th win, 19-6. 6 hits, 2 runs, walked 2, and struck out only 1. Oh, yes, there was. You're right, Tim. And Jack Stanford is the loser. He drops to 12-13, pitches 5 2/3, gives up 9 hits, 4 runs, walked 5, struck out 6, and gave up the 2 big home runs. The bullpen came in and shut the door, but the Giants just couldn't get the Warren Spahn. Marichal 1 1/3, 1 hit, walked 1, struck out 1. Lee May 1 1/3, gave up a hit, struck out 1. And Miller comes in and pitches 2/3 of an inning. but they could not come back. Let's take a look here at the box score. I mean, the standings. And let's do some math and see if I'm correct that the Braves have won the pennant. So, 92 wins and 63 losses. Yep. And that's it. The Braves are your National League pennant winners. New York and Milwaukee in the World Series. Take a look here. Giants are now 9.5 games back. The Reds 14.5. The Dodgers 19.5. Cardinals 20.5. Cubbies 21 games back, and the Pirates 22.5 games back. If it wasn't for the Giants and the Braves, that'd have been a hell of a race. Oh, thank you, Legends. I appreciate it. Thank you, Tim D. Oh, we need to go back before we do all this. Let's do some fast play here. Finish out this day. Forgot about that. Finish out the National League here. We got the Reds hosting the Pittsburgh Pirates. See if Beatles' Pirates can beat Big Clue's Reds. And the Reds win a close game, Big Clue. Pirates 2 runs on 8 hits and no errors. The Reds 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Oh, yeah, we got the Cubbies traveling to LA, going to the Coliseum to take on the Dodgers. And the Cubbies win. Tight ball game. Cubs 3 runs on 12 hits and no errors. The Dodgers 1 run on 6 hits and 1 error. And the last game on September 19th is the Phillies traveling to St. Louis to take on the Cardinals. And the Cardinals beat the Phillies. The Phillies 1 run on 5 hits and no errors. The Cardinals 4 runs on 6 hits and no errors. Now let's get back and take a look at the standings and the leaderboard here after we finished up the National League. So you got the Reds are 14 games back. The Cardinals 20, the Dodgers 20, the Cubbies 20.5, and the Pirates 26 games. Then the poor Phillies are 42 games back. You got Clemente batting 361. He must be in a somewhat of a little bit of a slump for him because he was up around the 368 mark. Cepeda with his 37 home runs, leading the National League over his teammate with 36. And then you got 2 Braves with 35, Adcock and Matthews. Cepeda with his 123 RBIs over Eddie Matthews with 117. Then you got 2 Braves and a Red with 111, Aaron, Adcock, and Freeze. And Warren Spahn lowers his National League leading 2.3 ERA, picks up his 19th win, one more than his teammate Lou Burdett. And Don with his 37 saves leading the National League. Cepeda still leading in MVP over Eddie Matthews. Spahn's now leading his teammate Lou Burdett in the Cy Young race. I want to thank Sports Legends Universe. Like I say, check out his channel. He's going to be doing a football game here later on this evening. I want to thank Tim D, Big Clue. Philip Reynolds, check out his channel. He's been doing some History Maker baseball. NV, check out his channel. Like I say, if we don't do that game tonight, NV, maybe we can do it sometime this week. Oh, thank you, Tim D. Like I say, check out MV's channel. He's been doing a 1962 Mets. What if he was the GM? I think he's in 1972. I think he's got 10 years down. And I believe that was everybody. Until next time, y'all have a great afternoon. Y'all take care.